Thanks for doing this. So, how did this story come about? And you're first-time filmmakers as well. So, I mean, this is such a great accomplishment for the both of you. So, yeah, tell us how this journey started.
So I wrote this script. I wrote it like 10 years ago. It was actually like the first feature film I'd ever written. And like, I'm a firm believer that everyone has a coming of age story in their hearts. And this was mine for the most part. I went to Catholic school in Miami. I was a loser. I wasn't in a band, but it's not as cinematic to watch someone like find their artistic voice, like writing in their house. So a lot of it is inspired by like, I don't know, my life and my friends and my upbringing. And then Kade and I actually met in Utah. We were working on a show together.
Yeah, we worked on a sketch TV show called Studio C, and we lived together in this house with like 4 other guys, and we called it Dude House. One guy was like living in like a teardrop trailer. It was a crazy experience. But I don't think we would have become friends had we not like lived together, because we have very different personalities. Megan's really cool. I'm kind of nerdy.
Oh, I was like, I'm a loud and he's a quiet.
That too. And then we worked on this sketch show together, and like the way like our creative juices flow is just like very similar, and I think we just working together came like very naturally, and we're like, well, maybe we should do this together.
Yeah.
And we did, and it kept working out very well, thankfully.
Yeah, and now we're like creative platonic married.
So there's a lot of comedy in this film. So can you tell us a little about some of your influences in regards to that? Because this movie is really, really funny. It's a lot of slapstick, and it's silly as well. So yeah, can you tell us about your influences?
Yeah, for sure. I think that like writing wise, big influence just on me that like comes into everything is just the show 30 Rock. It's like so joke heavy and fast paced, and I feel like that plus any Robin Hood Men in Tights is like my favorite movie of all time. I just love like really joke heavy scripts that is like set up punch, almost television style. And then Kade and I both share a love of like a visual comedy as well. And so for that, like I think Edgar Wright is like a big one for us. And so we just wanted to make sure that like there's a lot of jokes in the script that are dialogue based, but we also wanted to find visual jokes wherever we could and make sure that like everything is working towards a laugh.
Yeah. I grew up like watching a lot of sitcoms like Friends and Seinfeld were like popular. Like I have older siblings, and they like were in love with those shows, and so like just as a kid, as like a 6-year-old, I was like watching those shows, which they're very like joke dense, and so that's kind of my, I think, style of humor is just like joke. Okay, now let's move on to the next joke, and just
don't
like,
laugh, you'll miss it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now tell us how does it feel to be here at South by Southwest, and of course that being Edie Arnold being your first film. Yeah.
It's kind of like a fever dream. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm gonna get home and all of this will have been fake.
It feels great, especially because we spent like the last year in post, and it's a very lonely place to be. It was just kind of like, you know, us and our editor and the film, and like none of the actors were around, and like people are like, what are you doing with that movie you shot a year ago? And we're like, oh, we hope it'll come out good. And so it's just such a relief, like a breath of just like relief, like a sigh of relief to like have gotten into South by Southwest and to be here and for it to be being received well. I honestly feel like I was holding my breath for like a year and a half, and now I'm like, oh, I was depleted.
I'm Addie Madden Kade, and I play Edie Arnold.
Hey, I'm Mckenna Tuckett, and I play Francis.
And tell us how you learned about the film and the whole casting process, of course, for the both of you.
Yeah, so I was sent a casting call from Bryson, who's our lovely producer. And the like concept of the film was just really intriguing to me, and then I submitted. And
it was a very like the initial self-tape, you know, was pretty generic, but then once we got a call back, it was like we were given the full script. Once we got our initial callback was with the film directors, but then after we were able to do a chemistry read, which was just like such a surreal experience. That's actually where Addie and I met. And it was interesting because like we were both really new, and so going into an environment where like kind of in the Utah film world, everyone already knows each other.
Right.
So it almost felt like we were two new kids at like school. Like there were all these cliques, and we just kind of were like there, and getting to like like I remember meeting her and she just kind of being in the corner, like very friendly but pretty quiet. And then like throughout the day, just like seeing her up with the directors, like just working with them again and again. And I was like, I think they found their Edie. And then we actually, during the chemistry read, we did this moment where we're all working together and there's like this awesome comedic beat at the end. And the two of us just like looked at each other. And it was just like magic. Like we just like so clicked into the story and the characters.
Have you done comedy before, or?
I have not done anything before. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I come from more of like a theater, like musical theater background. So I've done a lot, but it's all been very stagey. I mean, if you can tell from my performance, it's very big. But this was the first time like being in a film environment.
Nice. What were some of the challenges in making, a film like this?
I think, well, I don't play drums, or I didn't play drums. I had to learn to play the drums, which I was always nervous about because I love music and especially punk music, and I wanted to like do right by the genre and other drummers and musicians. And so I was always like super nervous about that. I remember we started the shoot with like performance scenes, and I was freaking out because I just was like, it's not gonna sound good. Megan and Kade were like, it's okay. But yeah, I think like just getting over those nerves, and I think as I like practiced more and more, which I did, by the way.
Yeah.
I did drum lessons and I practiced a lot.
She sounds great.
I started to like become more comfortable in that.
And like we filmed it in 10 days. So
Yeah.
like it was like 10 pages a day. Like memorization was a really big thing. And like it's not a very improvised script. Like maybe there's like 2 improvisations in the entire movie and neither of them are by us. Like it was very dependent on us knowing the exact words and like the way that Megan writes has this very specific rhythm.
Right.
So like we all have to kind of be very locked in the whole time. And I like us and then Nikki and Alexa, who played the other undead, we really were able to just kind of like sink into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, how does it feel to be here at South by Southwest? This is like your first film too. Yeah, like
It's
yeah.
so crazy. I think I kind of like am on both ends because from the start of working on this film, I was like, this is going to be a huge, like, this is going to be everything to someone out there. Like,
so when we won the
yeah,
Oscar.
exactly. Like, I always believed in this movie. And so I think it's like, it's very validating to be here because I'm like, yeah, duh, I knew it. But at the same time, it's like so surreal. Like, I can't believe it. But I also can, but I can't,
Yeah, it's kind of like a pinch me moment. Like, like a year and a half ago, we just kind of like found this random casting call, and now we're like in Austin
Right.
for this movie. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.